You opened this video for a reason. Maybe you're scrolling because you don't have the energy for the thing in front of you. Maybe you're hiding for a minute, hoping no one sees how close you are to the edge. Wherever you are, and whatever you're about to give up on, this message is for you. Right now, I know what it feels like in this moment. It's not just being tired. It's a deep soul-level exhaustion. That voice in your head that whispers, "What's the point?" is getting louder than your own. You can feel the weight of every single step you've taken to get here. And the path ahead doesn't just look difficult. It looks blurry, like you've lost the map entirely. What you're experiencing right now isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign that you are on a meaningful journey. There's a concept often called the dip, that inevitable trough of struggle and disillusionment that appears after the initial excitement fades and before the real reward appears. Imagine any path to anything worthwhile, not as a straight line upwards, but as a map with a deep, unavoidable valley. The initial starting point is filled with energy and novelty. You make quick progress, and it feels exciting. But then, the path starts to descend. The novelty wears off, the obstacles get real, and the finish line seems to vanish from sight. This is the valley. This is the dip. And right now you are in the thick of it. It is crucial to understand that this is not a place where only you have gotten lost. This is a universal part of the process. Every artist, every entrepreneur, every student, every person who has ever built something they care about has passed through this same valley. The breakthrough you're hoping for isn't in spite of this struggle. It is almost always waiting directly on the other side of it. So, why does this valley feel so particularly devastating? It's because two things are happening at once, and they feed off each other in a vicious cycle. The first is a complete energy depletion. You are, quite simply, running on empty. Think of your willpower, your focus, and your emotional resilience not as infinite resources, but like the battery on your phone. You started this journey at 100%, but the long hours, the constant problems, and the emotional weight have drained it down to 1%. When your battery is this low, everything feels impossible. Your brain is struggling to focus, your body feels heavy, and even small tasks feel Herculean. This isn't a moral failing or a lack of discipline. It's a biological reality. You are trying to run a marathon on no sleep and no fuel. The second culprit, which is magnified by that exhaustion, is what we could call a story distortion. When you are this drained, your mind stops being a reliable narrator. It starts to edit the story of your journey, cutting out all the scenes of past success and amplifying every moment of doubt and difficulty. That initial excitement, it gets rewritten as naivete. The obstacles you face, they become proof that you were never capable in the first place. The narrative in your head shifts from, "I am struggling with this," to, "I am a struggle. I am not good enough." This distorted story feels absolutely true because you're filtering it through a lens of pure fatigue and discouragement. The feeling of the struggle becomes mistaken for the truth about your identity. You start to believe that because it's hard, you shouldn't be doing it, or because you're tired, you are fundamentally inadequate. This is the lie that the dip tells everyone who enters it. So, with all of that understood, what do you actually do when you find yourself here, in this moment? The first and most important step is often the most difficult one to grant yourself. You must give yourself a permission slip to stop. Officially, right now, you have permission to not be productive. The goal for the rest of today is not to succeed, to catch up, or to break through. The singular goal is to rest. That's it. Close the laptop. Walk away from the project. The world will not end if you press pause. You are not surrendering the war by retreating from a single battle that you are too exhausted to fight. This is not quitting. This is a strategic recalibration. Your mind and body are sending you a desperate signal that they have nothing left to give, And the most productive thing you can do is to finally listen to them. Honor that exhaustion. Let the to-do list sit. The mountain will still be there tomorrow, but you will be approaching it with a few more ounces of strength. When you feel a flicker of energy return, whether that's in a few hours or the next day, your task is to apply a ruthless simplicity to your approach. You must forget the entire mountain. Looking at the summit from the base of the valley is what creates that feeling of impossibility. So don't. Your only job, your sole focus, is the next one thing. Not the whole chapter, just the next paragraph. Not cleaning the entire house, just loading the dishwasher. Not solving your career, just sending one email. Your mission is to make the step so small, so minuscule, that it feels impossible to fail. The objective is not to accomplish something grand, but to simply reignite the feeling of forward motion. Action, no matter how tiny, is the antidote to the paralysis of overwhelm. By completing one insignificant task, you send a powerful signal to your brain that you are still in control, that you can still move, and you begin to drain the power from that overwhelming narrative. To support this, you need to address the fundamental depletion we talked about. You cannot run your brain on an empty tank. So, before you even attempt that one next step, I want you to fuel your body, not your willpower. Willpower is a mental muscle, and right now it's sprained. It's unreliable, but your body responds to basic physical care. This isn't a spiritual concept. It's pure biology. Drink a full glass of cold water, eat a piece of fruit or a handful of nuts. If you can, step outside your front door and take 3 deep, intentional breaths of fresh air. Feel the sun or the wind on your skin for just 60 seconds. These are not cliches. They are direct deposits into your biological energy account. You are quite literally hydrating and feeding the engine that drives your focus and resilience. Finally, you have to consciously challenge the distorted story that's playing on a loop in your mind. That voice telling you that you can't do this has been given a megaphone by your fatigue. You need to change the channel. You need to feed a different part of your brain with a different kind of input. This is an active intervention. Put on a song that you haven't heard in years, one that you know makes you feel powerful and alive. Open an old book and read just one page that once inspired you. Find a photo on your phone from a time you felt genuinely happy and proud, and just look at it for a minute. Remember the person in that picture. They are still you. You are not feeding yourself positivity. You are feeding yourself evidence. You are gathering proof that your current feeling is not the whole truth of who you are or what you are capable of. You are reminding a tired part of your mind that joy, confidence, and peace have also been a part of your story, and they can be again. Now, let's talk about your why. You've probably heard 1,000 times that you need to remember your reason for starting, and there is truth to that. But when you're in the valley, that original why can sometimes feel like a weight instead of a wings. It can be a source of guilt, a reminder of a dream that now feels too distant and heavy to carry. So, I want you to approach it gently. If thinking about your big, grand, original reason fills you with more pressure than purpose, then it's okay to set it down for a moment. You don't have to carry the whole dream today. Instead, I want you to find a new, simpler, more immediate why. Your why, for right now, can be as straightforward as proving to yourself that you can finish what you start. It can be about honoring the effort you've already invested, refusing to let it be for nothing. It can be for the person you are becoming, a person who is more resilient, more determined, and who understands the value of perseverance on a level that those who quit early never will. Your why can simply be the quiet, personal satisfaction of knowing you showed up for yourself when it was hardest. This isn't a betrayal of your original dream. It's a way to make it manageable again, to find a spark you can actually carry instead of a fire that feels like it's burning you out. I need you to take a moment and truly recognize the strength it has taken to get to this point. Look at you. You are here, carrying a weight that would have made many people lay down their burden long ago. You have faced doubt, exhaustion, and setback, and you are still here. You are still searching for a reason to keep going. The very fact that you are listening to this, that some part of you is still actively seeking a way forward, is the most powerful testament to your character. That is not weakness. That is an incredible, quiet strength that you might not be giving yourself credit for. The part of you that hasn't given up is the most essential part of you. It's the core that remains when all the external motivation has faded. It's the stubborn, resilient ember that refuses to be extinguished. This struggle isn't evidence that you are on the wrong path. It is often the very thing that forges the depth of character and capability needed to succeed on the right one. The person who emerges from this valley will not be the same person who entered it. They will be wiser, tougher, and with a profound understanding of their own capacity to endure. You are in the process of becoming that person. The fact that you haven't turned back yet means you are already well on your way. So if you take just one thing from all of this, let it be this: it is more than okay to rest. It is necessary. Your only real task is to identify the next tiny microscopic step. And please know with absolute certainty that you are far stronger than you feel in this moment. This message found you for a reason. Think about that. It didn't find you weeks from now, looking back on a dream you had already abandoned. It found you right now, in the critical moment of decision, when you were about to give up. And that is the most important moment there is. That is the precise moment when your choice carries the most power. That is the moment you get to decide who you are and what you're made of. So, I am asking you, don't give up. Not today. If this message found you at the exact time you needed to hear it, I want you to do one small thing for yourself. In the comments below, just type these two words: not today. You don't have to tell your story or explain your struggle. Just let it be a small, quiet act of defiance against the part of you that wants to quit. Take a look at the other comments and see that you are not alone in this feeling. You are in a community of people who are also choosing to keep going. If you want more reminders like this to help you on your journey, consider subscribing to the channel. And for a very practical method to break down those overwhelming tasks that make you want to quit, I highly recommend watching our next video, How to Eat an Elephant. The link is on the screen now. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single, simple step. Take that step.